Emily Thornwood stood on the stage in her $15,000 wedding gown, mascara streaming down her face, one finger pointed like a loaded gun at her new husband. "You're sleeping with her," she screamed. "My best friend. On our wedding day." Alex Carmichael's face went white. Across the room, Sarah Devereaux froze, a slice of wedding cake halfway to her mouth. Phones appeared. Cameras clicked. The video that would destroy everything started recording. But here's what nobody knew, what the cameras couldn't capture, what the gossip blogs would never uncover. This wasn't about an affair. This was about money, old wounds, and a secret that would burn their entire world to the ground. Before we dive into how this nightmare unfolded, hit that like button if you've ever trusted someone who turned out to be someone completely different. And stick around, because what happens next will blow your mind. Now, let me take you back to where it all started going wrong. 6 months earlier, Emily Thornwood sat in her cramped studio apartment in Riverside Heights, staring at an eviction notice, third one this year. She was 28 years old, brilliant, and absolutely terrified of being poor again. You want to know why Emily did what she did? You need to understand where she came from. Picture this. A girl, maybe 8 years old, watching her mother scrub floors in a mansion she'd never owned. Watching men promise her mother the world, then leave her with nothing but bills and broken promises. Emily remembered the winter. They ate cereal for dinner for 2 months straight. She remembered her mother crying in the bathroom, trying to muffle the sound. "I will never be powerless," young Emily whispered to her reflection that night. Never. And she meant it. Fast forward 20 years. Emily had clawed her way through state college on scholarships, worked 3 jobs, and launched a tech startup called Vision Tech with her college roommate, Sarah. They built apps for real estate investors, smart, cutting-edge stuff. But they were broke. Desperately, dangerously broke. That's when Alex Carmichael walked into her life. She met him at a coffee shop in Greenwich Village. He was reading a book on behavioral economics, wearing a simple gray sweater that probably cost more than her rent. When he smiled at her, Emily's first thought wasn't romance. It was opportunity. "Is the seat taken?" he asked. "It is now," she replied. Alex was perfect. Too perfect, maybe. He came from old money, the kind of wealth that builds libraries and names hospital wings. His family owned half of Connecticut. He was handsome in that understated way rich people are, with kind eyes and an easy laugh. But here's the thing about Alex. He hated his family's money, hated the expectations, the judgment, the way people treated him differently when they learned his last name. So he hid it, worked a regular job as a financial analyst, lived in a normal apartment, drove a used car. "Money doesn't define who you are," he told Emily on their third date. "Character does." Emily smiled and nodded, but inside, she thought, easy to say when you've never been hungry. They dated for 8 months. Alex fell hard, completely, stupidly in love. Emily, she was strategic. She saw stability, security, an escape from the nightmare of poverty that haunted her dreams. When Alex proposed at sunset overlooking the Hudson River, Emily said yes without hesitation. Not because she loved him, because she was terrified of ending up like her mother. The Peninsula Hotel glittered like a palace. Emily stood in the bridal suite, adjusting her veil in the mirror. The dress alone cost more than her mother had earned in a year. For a moment, just a moment, Emily felt guilty. Then she remembered the eviction notices, the nights wondering if she'd make rent, the fear that sat like ice in her chest. This was survival. "You look stunning," Sarah said, appearing in the doorway. Sarah Devereaux had been Emily's best friend since freshman year, her co-founder, her partner in building Vision Tech from nothing. Sarah was shorter than Emily, with warm brown eyes and an easy smile. She'd grown up middle class in Vermont, comfortable enough not to starve, poor enough to understand hunger. "I can't believe you're actually doing this," Sarah said softly. Emily's eyes narrowed. "Doing what?" "Marrying him. Alex is. He's genuinely good, Em. He loves you." "I love him too." Emily lied smoothly. Sarah looked like she wanted to say more, but she didn't. She should have. The ceremony was perfect. 300 guests filled the ballroom. Emily walked down the aisle, her heart not pounding with love but with triumph. She'd made it. She was safe. Alex's eyes filled with tears as she approached. "You're so beautiful," he whispered. Emily smiled. The mask she wore was flawless. They said their vows, exchanged rings, kissed to thunderous applause. During the reception, Alex pulled Sarah aside near the champagne fountain. "Thank you," he said quietly. "For what?" Sarah asked, confused. "For taking care of the quarterly reports. I know Emily's been stressed about the investor meetings." Sarah's expression flickered. "Alex, I know it's been hard on her," Alex continued, not catching her hesitation. "Building a company from scratch. The pressure. I just want to support her however I can." They laughed together over something, an inside joke about Emily's terrible coffee-making skills. Across the room, Emily saw them, saw Sarah touching Alex's arm, saw them laughing, saw her husband's attention focused completely on her best friend. And something inside Emily snapped. You have to understand, Emily didn't see two friends chatting. She saw every man who betrayed her mother, every boyfriend who'd left for someone prettier, richer, better, every promise that turned to ash. Her first fiancé, Derek, had dumped her 3 years ago, left her for a woman whose father owned a hedge fund. "You're amazing, Emily," he'd said, "but I need someone on my level." The humiliation had nearly destroyed her. Now, watching Alex with Sarah, every old wound tore open. Emily grabbed a champagne glass. Her hands shook. Her vision tunneled. She marched toward them like a missile locked on target. "Emily, hey." Alex turned, smiling. "We were just..." "How could you?" Emily's voice came out strangled. "On our wedding day..." The room started to notice. Conversations quieted. "What?" Alex's smile faltered. What are you talking about?" "Don't play dumb." Emily's voice rose to a shriek. "I see you. I see what you're doing." Sarah stepped forward, hands raised. "Emily, we were just talking about..." "Shut up." Emily whirled on her. "You're supposed to be my friend." "I am your friend." "You're sleeping with my husband." The ballroom went silent. Every single guest stared. Phones appeared. Someone started recording. Alex's face went from confused to horrified. "Emily, that's insane. We were talking about your company. Sarah was telling me about..." "Liar." Emily screamed. She grabbed a champagne glass and hurled it. It shattered at their feet, crystal exploding across marble. The video that would ruin everything was now 30 seconds old. "You're just like all of them." Emily sobbed, years of pain and fear pouring out in twisted accusations. "Using me. Betraying me. I won't let you destroy me." "Emily, please." Alex reached for her. She slapped his hand away. Security started moving in. Emily's mother appeared, trying to calm her daughter. Alex's parents stood frozen, mortified. "This marriage is over." Emily announced to the entire ballroom, "I want a divorce, and I want everyone to know what he did to me." She ran from the room, wedding dress trailing behind her like a broken dream. The video hit social media within minutes. By morning, it would have 5 million views, and Alex Carmichael's life would be completely destroyed. The headlines were brutal. Tech bride accuses husband of affair at wedding. Wedding disaster. Video shows public meltdown. Is Alex Carmichael the worst groom ever? Alex sat in his apartment, the same modest 2-bedroom he'd lived in for years, and watched his world implode. His phone buzzed constantly. Reporters, friends asking for his side of the story. His mother calling, demanding he fix this embarrassment immediately. But the worst was the silence from Emily. Complete radio silence. Sarah showed up on day 2, looking wrecked. "I tried calling her," Sarah said, pacing Alex's living room. "She blocked me." "Blocked me, Alex?" "After 12 years of friendship." "Did anything happen?" Alex asked quietly. "Anything I missed?" "No. We were literally discussing the Vision Tech pitch deck. You asked about the quarterly numbers, and I mentioned..." Sarah stopped. "Wait. The quarterly numbers." Alex looked up. "What about them?" Sarah's face went pale. Alex, when did you last look at the Vision Tech books? I don't look at them. Emily handles the company finances. But you're an investor. I'm a silent partner, Alex corrected. I gave her seed funding 18 months ago. $50,000. Anonymous wire transfer. She doesn't even know it came from me. Sarah stared at him. What? I didn't want her to feel obligated, Alex explained. She's so proud, so independent. I knew she'd refuse help from me directly. So I set up a shell corporation, made it look like a regular angel investor. She has no idea. Alex. Sarah sank onto the couch. That's incredibly sweet and incredibly stupid. Why? Because I've been covering discrepancies in the books for 3 months. Now Alex went pale. What kind of discrepancies? Money going out that doesn't match expenses. At first, I thought it was accounting errors. But last week, I traced $40,000 to personal account. Emily's personal account. The room went silent, except for the hum of traffic outside. She's embezzling, Alex said flatly. I don't know, Sarah said miserably. I wanted to ask her about it, but she's been so stressed, so paranoid. And now this happens, and she looked at Alex. What are you going to do? Alex's phone buzzed again. This time he looked. A text from Emily's lawyer. Divorce papers filed. Citing adultery and emotional abuse. See you in court. Something cold settled in Alex's chest. Not anger. Not yet. Clarity. She set me up, he said quietly. What? Think about it, Sarah. She accused me publicly. Got on video. Filed for divorce immediately. This wasn't a jealous outburst. This was planned. But why? Alex pulled up his banking app, started scrolling through transactions from his shell company account. His face darkened with each swipe. Because I'm the silent partner. I have full audit rights to Vision Tech's finances. If we stay married, if I start asking questions... He looked at Sarah. She needs me gone before I find out what she's been doing. Sarah covered her mouth. Oh my God. She's not just embezzling. Alex continued, his analyst brain clicking through the puzzle. She's been funneling money somewhere, probably planning to tank the company, blame it on me, and walk away clean. That's insane. Is it? Alex asked. Her first engagement ended when the guy left her for money. She grew up watching her mom get used by men. She told me once that she'd never let anyone have power over her again. He stood, began pacing. I gave her power by being an anonymous investor, but I'm also the biggest threat to her scheme. So she eliminates me, makes me the villain, destroys my reputation, so no one believes me when I accuse her of fraud. Alex, you're talking about the woman you married. Am I? Alex's voice was bitter, because I'm starting to think I never knew her at all. His phone buzzed again. Different number. Unknown. It's not what it looks like. Meet me. S. Wait. S? Sarah was sitting right there. Alex showed her the text. Sarah's eyes widened. That's not from me. I'm literally sitting here. They stared at each other. Then another text arrived. Unknown. The rival investor. Grayson Capital. Ask about Grayson Capital. Tomorrow, 2 p.m., Central Park, Bow Bridge. Come alone. What the hell? Sarah whispered. Alex's mind raced. Grayson Capital. He knew that name from Vision Tech's investor list. Recent addition. Big money. Is this a setup, he asked. I don't know. Sarah grabbed her laptop. Started typing furiously. Grayson Capital. Founded 2 years ago. Investments in tech startups. CEO is... She stopped. Oh no. What? Sarah turned her laptop around. The CEO of Grayson Capital smiled from the screen. Handsome. Mid-30s. Designer suit. Jasper Grayson, founder and CEO. So? Alex asked. Sarah clicked to another tab. Her Instagram. Emily's profile. Recent photos. Emily at charity galas. Emily at investor meetings. And in 3 photos, barely visible in the background, Jasper Grayson. Same charity event. Same investor meeting. Same coffee shop. They know each other. Sarah said quietly. Alex felt something crack inside him. Not heartbreak. That would come later. This was colder. Harder. Betrayal has a taste. Like copper. Like blood. Tomorrow, he said. Central Park. I'm going. Alex, it could be dangerous. I don't care. His voice was flat. She destroyed my reputation, Sarah. She's stealing from the company we built. And apparently she's been seeing someone else the whole time. You don't know that for sure. Don't I? Alex pulled up the wedding video on his phone. Watched himself getting publicly humiliated. 5 million views and climbing. Comments flooded the screen. What a piece of trash. Cheating on your wedding day is disgusting. She deserves better. Alex's jaw clenched. She wants to play games, he said softly. Fine. Let's play. Sarah looked worried. What are you going to do? I'm going to find out the truth. All of it. And then he met her eyes. Then I'm going to make sure everyone knows exactly who Emily Thornwood really is. Outside, thunder rumbled. A storm was coming, but it had nothing on the one Alex was about to unleash. Central Park at 2 p.m. was beautiful. Sunlight filtered through autumn leaves. Couples walked hand in hand. Children played near the fountain. Alex stood on Bow Bridge, waiting. He'd barely slept. Spent all night researching Grayson Capital, running scenarios, preparing for whatever came next. His analyst brain worked overtime, building models, testing theories. But nothing prepared him for who showed up. Mr. Carmichael. Alex turned. The woman approaching wasn't Sarah. She was older, maybe 50, with sharp eyes and an expensive suit. She carried herself like someone who owned boardrooms. Who are you? Alex asked. Catherine Montgomery. I'm a private investigator. She handed him a business card. And I've been watching Emily Thornwood for 6 months. Alex's heart rate spiked. Why? Because I was hired to. Catherine glanced around, making sure they were alone. By your shell company, actually. Well, by the accountant who manages it. He got suspicious about Vision Tech's burn rate 3 months ago. Asked me to look into it quietly. Alex blinked. He'd hired an accountant to manage the shell company's investments, give him quarterly reports. Standard practice. I never authorize an investigation. Your accountant has discretionary authority for amounts under 10,000. Disqualified. Catherine pulled out a tablet. And what I found will make you very angry. She swiped through photos. Emily meeting Jasper Grayson at a hotel in Manhattan. Multiple times. Entering separately, leaving separately. Always careful. Financial records showing wire transfers from Vision Tech to offshore accounts. Email exchanges between Emily and Jasper discussing the deal. She's been planning this for months, Catherine said. The affair started 6 months ago. The embezzlement started right after. And the wedding accusation? That was a final piece. Final piece of what? Catherine showed him another document, a contract, merger agreement. Vision Tech and Grayson Capital. Alex read fast, his analyst training kicking in. According to the contract, Vision Tech would merge with Grayson Capital. Emily would sell her majority stake for $2 million. The deal would close in 3 months. But there was a catch. In the event of divorce proceedings, Emily Thornwood shall retain 100% control of Vision Tech assets, pending resolution. All investor rights shall be suspended during litigation. Alex felt sick. She's locking me out, he said. The divorce suspends my audit rights. By the time it's settled, the merger will be complete. She walks away with $2 million and I get nothing. Worse than that, Catherine said grimly. Look at the fine print. Alex scanned down. Found it. Grayson Capital assumes no liability for Vision Tech debts incurred prior to merger. The company has debts? Alex asked. $500,000, Catherine confirmed. She borrowed against future revenue to fund her lifestyle. When the merger happens, Grayson pays her personally, but the company creditors come after the remaining shareholders, which is me, the anonymous investor. Exactly. She gets rich. You get destroyed financially and publicly, and her boyfriend get a failing company to cannibalize for parts. Alex gripped the bridge railing. His knuckles went white. "How long have you known all this?" he asked. "I sent the first report to your accountant 3 weeks ago. The night before your wedding. Actually, he was trying to reach you, but you'd gone off-grid for the ceremony. 3 weeks ago, before Emily accused him, before the viral video, before everything fell apart. If he'd checked his email one day earlier, why are you telling me this now?" Alex asked. Catherine's expression softened slightly. "Because I have a daughter your age. And if some woman did this to her, I'd want someone to help." She paused. "Also, my retainer expires tomorrow, and I thought you should know what you're up against." She handed him a USB drive. "Everything's on here. Photos, financial records, emails, the contract. Enough to prove fraud, embezzlement, and conspiracy." Catherine met his eyes. "What you do with it is up to you. But Mr. Carmichael? She's counting on you being too nice to fight back. Too proud to make it public." "She doesn't know me very well," Alex said quietly. "Apparently not." Catherine stood to leave. "One more thing. That text you got yesterday? The warning about Grayson Capital? That came from someone inside Emily's circle. Someone who thinks she's going too far." "Who?" "I don't know, but they're watching, and they're on your side." Catherine walked away, leaving Alex alone with the USB drive and 1,000 racing thoughts. He pulled out his phone, called Sarah. "I need you to set up an emergency board meeting for Vision Tech," he said. "This week. Use your co-founder authority." "Alex, what's happening?" "I'm done being the victim," he said. "It's time Emily learned what happens when you corner someone with nothing left to lose." On the other end, Sarah hesitated. "Are you sure about this?" "She destroyed my reputation, Sarah. She stole from the company. She's been sleeping with someone else while planning to marry me." His voice was ice. "Oh, I'm sure." "Okay," Sarah said quietly. "I'll make the calls." Alex hung up, stared at the USB drive in his hand. In the movies, this is where the hero has doubts, wonders if revenge is worth it, questions whether to take the high road. But Alex wasn't a movie. He was in hell. And he was about to bring Emily down with him. Emily Thornwood sat in her penthouse apartment, the one she'd rented 3 months ago with Vision Tech money, and felt invincible. The divorce papers were filed. Her lawyer was the best money could buy. The viral video had painted Alex as the villain, and public opinion was completely on her side. She scrolled through social media, watching the hate pour onto her ex-husband. Men are trash. She deserves so much better. Hope she takes everything in the divorce. Emily smiled. Everything was going according to plan. Her phone buzzed. Jasper Grayson. "Can't wait to celebrate properly once this is over. Love you." Emily's smile widened. Jasper was everything Alex wasn't. Ambitious, ruthless, unafraid of power. He understood her in ways Alex never could. When they'd met at an investor conference 6 months ago, the attraction was instant. Not love. Something sharper. Recognition. "You're wasting your talent on small-time apps." Jasper had said over drinks. "You could be running a real company, making real money." "I'm engaged," Emily had replied. "To someone who doesn't appreciate what you are." Jasper leaned closer. "I see you, Emily. The fighter, the survivor, the woman who refuses to be weak." He saw her mother's daughter, the girl who'd sworn never to be powerless. 3 weeks later, they'd slept together for the first time. 1 month after that, Jasper proposed a merger deal. $2 million. Freedom. Security forever. All Emily had to do was get rid of Alex first. The wedding accusation had been Jasper's idea. Actually, make it public, he'd said. Make it dramatic. That way, when a divorce happens, nobody questions your motives. Brilliant. Her phone rang. Sarah's name flashed on the screen. Emily almost didn't answer, but curiosity won. "What?" Emily's voice was cold. "We need to talk," Sarah said. "In person. It's about the company." "I have nothing to say to you." "Emily, please. There's an emergency board meeting scheduled for Friday, 2 days from now. I need to know if you're coming." Emily sat up straight. "Who called the meeting?" "I did. As co-founder, I have that right." "Why?" Sarah's voice was strained. Because our quarterly numbers don't add up and investors are asking questions. We need to address it before. Before what? Emily interrupted. Before someone starts digging deeper, Sarah said quietly. Emily's blood ran cold. Did Sarah know? Had she found the offshore accounts? I'll be there, Emily said. But after this, we're done. You and I are finished. Emily. She hung up. For the first time in weeks, Emily felt a flicker of worry, but she pushed it down. Sarah was weak. Always had been. She'd covered for Emily's accounting errors before. She'd do it again. Everything was fine. Everything was under control. Sarah Devereaux sat in a coffee shop across from Alex, her hands wrapped around a mug she hadn't touched. She's coming to the meeting, Sarah said. Friday at 2 p.m. Alex nodded. He looked different. Harder. The kind man who'd married Emily 5 weeks ago was gone. What remained was calculating. Cold. And the investors? Alex asked. I contacted all 5. They'll be there. Sarah hesitated. Alex, are you absolutely sure about this? Once you reveal yourself as a silent partner, there's no going back. Good. Alex said flatly. I don't want to go back. Sarah studied him. In college, she'd had the biggest crush on Alex Carmichael. They'd met at a business ethics seminar. Ironic, given current circumstances. He'd been kind, thoughtful, genuinely interested in making the world better. She never told him how she felt. He'd been dating someone else. Then Emily came along, and Sarah had watched Alex fall completely, stupidly in love with her best friend. It had hurt, still hurt, if Sarah was honest. But watching Emily destroy him hurt worse. I called a meeting, Sarah said carefully, but I need you to understand something. When you expose Emily, you expose the company. Vision Tech will probably collapse. Everything we built was built on stolen money, Alex interrupted. On lies and fraud. It's already dead, Sarah. We're just making it official. What about the employees? The people who believed in our vision? Alex's jaw clenched. What about them? Should I protect Emily so they keep their jobs? Let her steal millions while I take the fall? No, but... There's no but. Alex's voice was sharp. She made her choice. Now she lives with the consequences. Sarah flinched. This wasn't the Alex she knew. This was someone new. Someone Emily had created by breaking him. I have something to tell you, Sarah said quietly. About why I'm helping you. Alex waited. Emily and I have been friends for 12 years, Sarah continued. But she's always treated me like the sidekick, the supporting character in her story. When we started Vision Tech, it was supposed to be equal partners, but she made all the decisions, took all the credit. I was just the person who did the boring work. She paused, gathering courage. And when you came into her life, I watched her use you. She told me you were stable, that you'd be a good provider. Never once said she loved you. Alex's expression didn't change, but something flickered in his eyes. I should have told you, Sarah said, before the wedding, but I convinced myself it wasn't my place. That maybe she'd grow to love you. That, her voice cracked, that I was just jealous. Were you? Alex asked softly. Jealous. Sarah met his eyes. Yes, because you're a good person, Alex. And you deserve better than being someone's escape plan. The coffee shop hummed with conversation around them. Strangers living normal lives, unaware of the bomb about to detonate. Thank you for telling me, Alex said finally. But Sarah, I need you to understand something. When Friday comes, I'm destroying everything. Vision Tech, Emily's reputation, the merger deal, all of it. And anyone associated with the company is going to get hurt. Including me, Sarah said. Including you. She nodded slowly. I know, but Emily needs to be stopped, even if it costs me everything. Alex studied her. Why are you really doing this? It's not just about doing the right thing. Sarah smiled bitterly. Because I'm tired of being invisible. Tired of being the one who cleans up her messes. And maybe, she hesitated, maybe I want to see what happens when Emily finally loses. There it was. The truth neither of them wanted to say out loud. This wasn't just about justice. It was about revenge. Friday then, Alex said, standing, "Bring your lawyer. You're gonna need one." After he left, Sarah sat alone, staring at her untouched coffee. She'd just betrayed her oldest friend, sided with a man who was about to commit corporate murder. And the worst part? She felt absolutely nothing. No, that was a lie. She felt free. Thursday afternoon, Emily's doorbell rang. She opened it to find Alex standing there, holding flowers, white roses, her favorites. "What are you doing here?" Emily demanded, though her hand instinctively went to her hair, smoothing it down. "I wanted to talk," Alex said quietly. "No lawyers, no cameras, just us." Emily should have slammed the door, but something in his voice, broken, defeated, made her pause. 5 minutes, she said. They sat in her living room, the penthouse she bought with embezzled money. Alex didn't know that, of course. "I'm sorry," Alex began, "for whatever I did that made you think I betray you." Emily blinked. "You're apologizing? I love you, Em. I never wanted to hurt you. If Sarah and I gave you the wrong impression at the wedding—" "There's no impression to give," Emily interrupted, but her voice was softer now. "You cheated. I saw it. You saw two friends talking," Alex said. "That's all it was. I swear to you, on everything I hold sacred, I never touched Sarah. Never wanted to. The only woman I've ever loved is you." Emily felt something twist in her chest. Guilt? No, she didn't do guilt. But doubt crept in. What if she'd been wrong? What if the wedding outburst had been her trauma talking, not reality? Her therapist had warned her about projecting past betrayals onto new relationships. "Why are you here, Alex?" she asked. "Because I want to try again," Alex said. "I know the divorce is filed. I know you hate me. But Emily, we had something real. Before the wedding, before everything fell apart, we were happy. Weren't we? Were they?" Emily tried to remember. There had been moments. Alex bringing her coffee during late-night coding sessions. Alex listening to her talk about her mother, her fears, her dreams. But then Jasper appeared in her mind. Strong, ambitious Jasper, who promised her the world. "It's too late," Emily said. "Is it?" Alex moved closer. "Em, I know about Vision Tech's financial troubles. Sarah told me. The company's struggling, and you're under incredible pressure. I want to help." Emily's blood went cold. "Help how?" "I have savings. Not a lot, but enough to bridge the gap until you secure more funding. Let me invest. Let me support you. Isn't that what marriage is supposed to be?" He was offering her money, actually offering to bail out the company she was actively stealing from. The irony was almost funny. "I don't need your charity," Emily said. "It's not charity. It's partnership." Alex took her hand. She didn't pull away. "Please, Em, give us another chance. Cancel the divorce. Let's start over." For one insane moment, Emily considered it. Alex was safe, predictable. He'd never question her, never challenge her, never discover the offshore accounts or the merger deal or Jasper. She could have it all. The security of marriage and the freedom of her plan. Then her phone buzzed. Text from Jasper, "Missing you. Can't wait to celebrate tomorrow after the meeting." Tomorrow, the board meeting where she'd finalize everything, where she'd secure the merger and her $2 million payday. Alex or Jasper. Safety or freedom. The cage or the sky. "I need time to think," Emily said, pulling her hand back. Alex's face fell, but he nodded. "Okay, I understand." He stood to leave, then paused. "Emily, whatever you decide, just know, I really did love you. I still do." He left. Emily sat alone in her penthouse, staring at the white roses. Then she called Jasper. "Change of plans," she said when he answered. Alex showed up. He's trying to reconcile. "So?" Jasper's voice was unconcerned. "Tell him no." "I am. But he mentioned Vision Tech's finances. Sarah's been talking to him." Now Jasper paid attention. "How much does he know?" "I don't know, but he offered to invest more money. He knows something's wrong. Then we move up the timeline. Jasper said decisively. The board meeting tomorrow. We announce the merger then. Lock it down before anyone can investigate deeper. The due diligence isn't complete. Screw due diligence. We control the narrative. You're the founder. I'm the investor. Sarah's the weak link who'll follow orders. Who's going to stop us? Emily thought about Alex's sad eyes, his genuine pain. Then she thought about her mother scrubbing floors, about eviction notices and empty refrigerators and men who promised everything but delivered nothing. You're right, Emily said. Tomorrow we end this. That's my girl, Jasper purred. And Emily, after tomorrow, you're never going to have to worry about money again. After they hung up, Emily looked at the white roses Alex had brought. Beautiful, delicate, dead within a week. Just like their marriage. She threw them in the trash. Friday, 2 p.m. The Vision Tech conference room filled slowly. 5 investors sat around the table, looking confused about the emergency meeting. Sarah took her seat at the head, her face pale but determined. Emily arrived last, dressed in a power suit, exuding confidence. Thank you all for coming, Sarah began. We have important company business to discuss. Actually, Emily interrupted, standing. I have an announcement that's going to change everything. She gestured to the door. Jasper Grayson walked in, looking every inch the conquering hero in his 3-piece suit. Everyone, this is Jasper Grayson of Grayson Capital, Emily said smoothly. He and I have been in negotiations for the past 3 months about a merger that will take Vision Tech to the next level. Today, I'm pleased to announce that we've reached an agreement. She distributed folders to each investor. Inside, the merger contract. Grayson Capital will acquire Vision Tech for $2 million, Emily continued. Current investors will be bought out at 120% of their initial investment. It's a win for everyone. The investors murmured, flipping through the contract. Sarah sat frozen. This wasn't supposed to happen yet. Alex was supposed to. The conference room door opened. Alex Carmichael walked in. Emily's smile vanished. What are you doing here? I'm an investor, Alex said calmly. I have every right to attend board meetings. You're not. Emily stopped, looked at Sarah. You invited him? I invited all investors of record, Sarah said quietly. Alex is an investor, Emily said, but uncertainty crept into her voice. Actually, Alex said, taking a seat, have been for 18 months. Didn't Sarah mention? He pulled out a folder. Distributed copies around the table. Investment agreement. Vision Tech and Arcadia Holdings, LLC. Emily's hands shook as she read. Arcadia Holdings. $50,000. Silent partner with full audit rights. You, she whispered. Me, Alex confirmed. Surprise? Jasper stepped forward. This doesn't change anything. The merger still stands. Does it? Alex pulled out another document. Because according to the investment agreement Emily signed, any merger requires unanimous investor approval, which means I get a vote. The room went silent. And I vote no, Alex said pleasantly. Emily's face turned red. You can't. I can. I did. The merger's blocked. Alex turned to the other investors. But before we discuss that further, there's something else you should all see. He connected his laptop to the projector. Financial records appeared on the screen. Wire transfers. Offshore accounts. Personal expenses charged to the company. For the past 6 months, Alex said, his voice clinical, Emily Thornwood has been systematically embezzling from Vision Tech. Approximately $200,000 total, funneled into personal accounts. Emily shot to her feet. That's a lie. Is it? Alex clicked to the next slide. Photos of Emily with Jasper, entering hotels, laughing over expensive dinners. While planning this merger, Emily has been engaged in a personal relationship with Jasper Grayson, a clear conflict of interest that she failed to disclose to the board. Jasper's jaw clenched. Our relationship has nothing to do with business, doesn't it? Alex pulled up the merger contract, highlighted a section. According to this agreement, Emily personally receives $2 million, while the company assumes $500,000 in debt she secretly accumulated. Debt that gets transferred to remaining shareholders, meaning me, while Grayson Capital walks away clean. He let that sink in. This isn't a merger, Alex said. It's a scam. Emily steals from the company, bankrupts it, sells the corpse to her boyfriend, and leaves everyone else holding the bag. The investors erupted. Is this true? Emily, what the hell? I want my money back. Emily stood there, world crumbling. You don't understand. I built this company. I earned. You earned nothing, Alex said coldly. You stole. From the company. From the investors. From Sarah, who trusted you. And from me, who loved you. Sarah spoke up, her voice shaking. I can confirm the financial discrepancies. I've been tracking them for months. I have documentation, if anyone wants to see. Emily whirled on her. You're taking his side. I'm taking the truth side, Sarah said quietly. Something you stopped caring about a long time ago. Emily felt it all slipping away. The money, the plan, her future. This is your fault. Emily screamed at Alex. You ruined everything. You and your stupid pride, hiding who you were, pretending to be normal. I was normal, Alex said. I was honest. I loved you. All you had to do was love me back. Love. Emily laughed bitterly. You think love pays the bills? You think love keeps you from being powerless? I grew up with nothing. Alex, nothing. I swore I'd never be weak again, and I'm not going to apologize for survival. Survival? Alex's voice dropped. You're a millionaire's daughter-in-law. You have a Stanford degree. You run a tech company. You were never weak, Emily. You just convinced yourself you were, so you could justify hurting everyone around you. The truth hit like a slap, because he was right. Emily had been safe for years. Successful. Secure. But she never felt it. Never believed it. The little girl scrubbing floors with her mother still lived inside her, terrified and desperate, and she'd burned down everything to prove to that little girl that she'd escaped. I have one more thing to show, Alex said. He pulled up a video file. Emily's voice filled the room. A phone call recorded. The wedding accusation was brilliant. Make it public. Make it dramatic. And nobody questions my motives when I file for divorce. Jasper's voice. Just make sure you lock him out of the company first. Can't have him finding the offshore accounts. The recording ended. Every eye in the room turned to Emily. That's illegal, she whispered. You can't record private conversations. Single-party consent state, Alex said. Completely legal. And thanks to this recording, I have proof of conspiracy to commit fraud. He stood, looked at the investors. I'm filing a lawsuit against Emily Thornwood and Jasper Grayson for fraud, embezzlement, and breach of fiduciary duty. Vision Tech is effectively bankrupt. I'm dissolving the company, and I recommend all investors join my suit to recover your losses. Then he looked at Emily. And I'm releasing everything to the media. Every document, every photo, every recording. The same way you released that wedding video of me. Emily's legs gave out. She sank into a chair. You're destroying everything, she whispered. No, Alex said. You did that yourself. I'm just making sure everyone knows. Jasper tried to leave. 2 security guards blocked the door. Alex had planned for that too. Police are on their way, Alex said. Financial fraud carries serious prison time. I hope that $2 million was worth it. Emily looked at Sarah. Her oldest friend. How could you? Sarah's eyes were cold. How could I? Emily, I've covered for you for 12 years. Watched you use people, manipulate situations, always thinking only about yourself. I thought you'd change. I thought Alex would soften you. She shook her head. But you just used him too, like you use everyone. You needed to face consequences, Sarah interrupted. Just once, just to see what it feels like. The police arrived 10 minutes later. Emily Thornwood was arrested in the Vision Tech conference room, handcuffed in front of 5 investors, her ex-best friend, and the husband she destroyed. The video, because of course someone recorded it, went viral within hours. 10 million views by midnight. The comments were brutal. Karma is real. She got what she deserved. Feel bad for the husband now. Emily's public destruction was complete, and Alex Carmichael had orchestrated every second of it. 3 months later, Alex sat in his apartment, still the same modest 2-bedroom, staring at his laptop. Vision Tech was officially dissolved. The investors had joined his lawsuit. Emily and Jasper both faced criminal charges. Sarah had started a new company, this time with full transparency. Alex had won. So why did he feel so empty? His phone rang. His mother. "Alex, I saw the news," she said. Her voice was cold. "The charges against that woman." "Emily," Alex said. "Her name is Emily." "Whatever. I hope you're satisfied. You've made our family a laughingstock. Twice." Alex frowned. "What?" "First, the wedding disaster. Everyone talking about our son being unfaithful. Then this whole public revenge spectacle. Do you know what people say about you now? That you're vindictive, cruel, that you destroyed a young woman's life over a mistake." "A mistake?" Alex's voice rose. "She committed fraud. So pressed charges quietly. But no, you had to make it public. Had to humiliate her the way she humiliated you. And now people think you're just as bad as she is." She hung up. Alex sat in silence. Was she right? Had he gone too far? The wedding video had 10 million views. The arrest video had 20 million. Comment sections were split now. He destroyed her life. This is excessive. Both of them are toxic. Alex had proven Emily was a criminal. But in doing so, he becomes something else. Something harder. Colder. Something he didn't recognize. His doorbell rang. Sarah stood there, holding takeout. "Thought you might need company," she said. They ate in silence for a while. "My mom thinks I'm a monster," Alex said finally. Sarah considered. "Are you?" "I don't know anymore." "You exposed a fraud," Sarah said. "You protected innocent investors. You did what was right." "Did I? Or did I just want revenge?" "Can it be both?" Alex smiled bitterly. "That's what scares me." Sarah set down her fork. "Alex, Emily hurt you. She stole from you. She tried to destroy you. You had every right to fight back. By ruining her life?" "She ruined her own life," Sarah said firmly. "You just made sure people knew about it." They sat in silence. Then Sarah spoke again. "I need to tell you something. About why I really helped you. You already told me. You were tired of being invisible. That's part of it. But there's more." Sarah took a breath. "I've been in love with you since college. For 10 years, I watched you from the sidelines. When Emily came along, it killed me. And when she hurt you," Sarah's voice cracked, "I wanted to protect you. But I also wanted to punish her. And I don't know which motive was stronger." Alex stared at her. "I'm sorry," Sarah continued. "I know that's selfish. I know you just went through hell. But I can't keep pretending. I helped you destroy Emily because she deserved it. But also because maybe, somewhere deep down, I wanted you myself." The room felt very small. "Sarah, you don't have to say anything," Sarah interrupted. "I know you're not ready. Maybe you'll never be ready. But I needed you to know the truth, because we just destroyed someone's life in the name of truth, and I couldn't live with myself if I kept lying to you." Alex didn't know what to say, so he took her hand. They sat there, two broken people in the wreckage of a war they'd won but couldn't celebrate. Outside, the city hummed with life. Somewhere, Emily sat in a small apartment, her penthouse seized as evidence, facing years in prison. Somewhere, Jasper's legal team fought to keep him out of jail. And somewhere, the video of Emily's arrest kept playing on an endless loop, viewed by millions who loved to watch the powerful fall. Alex had got his revenge, but the taste of victory was bitter. 6 months after the arrest, Alex opened his mailbox to find a handwritten letter. No return address. Feminine handwriting. He opened it with shaking hands. "Dear Alex, by the time you read this, I'll be starting my prison sentence. 3 years for fraud. Could have been 10, but my lawyer worked a deal. I'm not writing to apologize. I'm not sorry for trying to escape poverty. I'm not sorry for wanting security. And I'm definitely not sorry for refusing to be powerless. But I am sorry for one thing. I'm sorry I didn't recognize what I had. You love me, really love me, not my potential, not my usefulness, just me. My mother always said men like you don't exist. Men who give without taking, who support without controlling, who love without agenda. She was wrong. You existed, and I destroyed you. The therapist I'm court-ordered to see says I have attachment issues, trust issues, that I sabotage good things because I don't believe I deserve them. She's probably right. I saw you with Sarah, laughing, saw it at the wedding, and instead of feeling happy that my husband and best friend got along, I felt terrified, because if you liked her better, you'd leave. Everyone always leaves. So I left first. I always leave first. I'm writing this because I need you to know something. The girl you married, she was real. For those 8 months, I actually let myself be happy. Let myself believe maybe I didn't have a fight every second of every day. Then I saw you with Sarah, and all the old fears came back. And I burned it all down. You asked me once why I couldn't just trust you. The truth is, I don't know how. I spent my whole life learning that trust gets you hurt. That love is weakness. That the only person you can count on is yourself. And look where it got me. You won, Alex. You exposed me, destroyed me, proved to everyone that I'm exactly what I always feared people would see, a scared little girl pretending to be strong. But here's the thing you should know, the thing that will probably haunt me forever. When you brought those flowers to my apartment, asked for another chance, I almost said yes. For one perfect moment, I almost chose you over plan, over the money, over everything. Then I got scared, and I chose the cage instead of the sky. I hope you and Sarah are happy together. Really, she always loved you more honestly than I could. And I hope one day you'll forgive yourself for destroying me, because I can see it in your eyes and all the news photos. The guilt, the doubt. You didn't destroy me, Alex. I destroyed myself. You just held up the mirror. Emily. Alex read the letter 3 times. Then he called Sarah. She wrote to me. He said, from prison. What did she say? Alex summarized the letter. Sarah was quiet for a long time. Do you believe her? Sarah asked finally. I don't know, Alex admitted. Maybe. Does it matter? It matters if it changes how you feel. Did it? Alex thought about the past 6 months. The lawsuit settlements. The media circus. The public vindication that felt hollow. His company was gone. His reputation, while cleared, was tarnished by association. His relationship with his family was strained. He won the battle and lost. What? His innocence? His kindness? I think I need to stop, Alex said quietly. Stop what? Fighting, hating, replaying everything looking for what I could have done differently. He paused. Sarah, I spent 6 months destroying Emily, and in the process, I became someone I don't recognize. Someone who leads with suspicion instead of trust, who sees betrayal around every corner. That's called learning from experience, Sarah said gently. Is it? Or is it becoming exactly what hurt me? Sarah didn't answer. I need to let it go, Alex said. Not for her. For me. Because if I don't, Emily wins anyway. She turns me into someone bitter and broken. And I refuse to give her that. What about us? Sarah asked softly. What about us? I told you I loved you. You never responded. Alex closed his eyes. Sarah was wonderful. Smart, loyal, beautiful. She'd stood by him when everyone else abandoned ship. But when he looked at her, he didn't see a future. He saw the wreckage of the past. I care about you, Alex said carefully. But Sarah, I can't be with you right now. Maybe ever. Because every time I look at you, I remember the board meeting, the arrest, the revenge. And I don't want to build a relationship on that foundation. Silence. Then Sarah's voice thick with tears. I understand. I'm sorry. Don't be. You're right. We helped each other destroy someone. That's not love. That's just... She trailed off. Shared damage. They said goodbye. It felt final. Alex sat alone with Emily's letter. I destroyed myself. You just held up the mirror. Was that true? He thought about the USB drive Catherine had given him. The choice he'd made to go public instead of handling it quietly. The choice to humiliate Emily the way she'd humiliated him. He'd told himself it was justice. But Emily was right about one thing. Revenge and justice aren't always the same. Justice would have been pressing charges, letting the legal system handle it, moving on with his life. Revenge was making sure everyone knew. Making sure Emily suffered publicly. Making sure she felt the same helpless humiliation he'd felt. And it had cost him everything. Not his money. Not his reputation. His soul. The man who'd married Emily, naive, trusting, kind, was gone. And Alex wasn't sure he was coming back. Alex Carmichael stood in a community center in the Bronx, watching teenagers code on donated laptops. After everything fell apart, he'd taken 6 months off, traveled, thought, saw a therapist who helped him process the betrayal without letting it poison him. Then he started a nonprofit teaching underprivileged kids to code. No drama, no revenge, just trying to do something good with the wreckage of his life. Mr. Carmichael? A young girl approached. This loop isn't working. Alex knelt beside her laptop, helped debug the code. She was 12, brilliant, reminded him a little of what Emily might have been at that age, before poverty taught her to see kindness as weakness. His phone buzzed. Unknown number. He almost didn't answer, but something made him. Hello, Alex. Emily's voice. Older, tired. I'm out. Early release for good behavior. Alex's heart rate spiked. Why are you calling? Because I owed you one more truth. Emily paused. I'm leaving New York. Starting over somewhere no one knows me. And I wanted to say thank you. Thank you for holding up the mirror, for forcing me to face what I've become. I spent a year in therapy. Real therapy, not the court-ordered stuff. And I finally understand what I did. To you. To myself. Alex didn't speak. I'm not asking for forgiveness, Emily continued. I don't deserve it, but I wanted you to know that the girl you married, she's trying to come back. Slowly. And she's sorry. So incredibly sorry. Emily, don't respond. I don't need you to say anything. I just needed you to know that the ruin, it wasn't for nothing. You saved my life by destroying it, and I'll spend the rest of mine proving it wasn't wasted. She hung up. Alex stood there, phone in hand, surrounded by coding teenagers and donated computers and the smell of instant ramen from the break room. He thought about Emily, about Sarah, about the man he'd been and the man he'd become. Then he deleted the call from his history and turned back to the young girl's laptop. See this line here? He said gently. That's where the problem is. Let's fix it together. Outside, New York hummed with life. Millions of stories intersecting, colliding, creating wreckage and beauty in equal measure. And somewhere in the city, Emily Thornwood boarded a bus heading west, carrying everything she owned in a single suitcase. No money, no plan, no security. Just a chance to finally be free. Not from poverty. From herself. The end. So what do you think? Did Emily deserve what happened? Or did Alex go too far? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. And if this story kept you hooked, smash that like button and subscribe for more stories that'll make you question everything you thought you knew about love, revenge, and redemption. Because sometimes the person we become in pursuit of justice is scarier than the person we're fighting. Thanks for watching. I'll see you in the next one.